On March 30th, 2007, in the U.S. state of Virginia, there was a woman named Lynn Balfour getting ready to go home after work. Here she gets a call from the babysitter where she was leaving her son. She asks her, "Mrs. Lynn, why didn't you bring the boy today?" Lynn gasped and said, "You have my son. I brought him to you in the morning." She told her that this did not happen. Lynn ran to the car and she finds her son Bryce inside. The 9-month-old child was unintentionally left in the car seat. Lynn forgot to drop her son to the babysitter and went to work. Her son was left in the car for the entire day, which led to his passing from heat exposure. Although this story is difficult to hear, it is not an isolated case. This incident occurs in America on an average of 38 times per year. That means 3 times a month. This is from the 90s until today. Let me tell you that the families with whom this incident occurs are very diverse. They come from rich and poor backgrounds and work in different jobs, and not only mothers, there are also fathers among them. Parents in these situations are often loving and attentive, but mistakes can still happen. These are people who are very concerned about the safety of their children. The issue is not related to intentional actions or conscious decisions. Actually, part of these people's brain was absent. The human brain is a very complex organ. Until today, it is a mystery that scientists are trying to understand. It is true that we know many things about it, but really what we don't know is more. If we look, for example, at the space we are talking about now, we will find that we have 3 main parts that play different roles in the process of perception and interaction with the world. Usually, tasks are divided between them smoothly, like the best management hierarchy in a multinational company. You have what is called ganglia, which is the small employee with limited capabilities. The brain tells it, "Look, you'll do the foolish tasks, things that don't need cleverness, just stay on top of your routine. Take a walk, eat some food, drive a car and go to the bathroom, stuff like that. Don't think on it, you have nothing to do with anything." Because this is the job of the next employee, the hippocampus. It's a more respectable employee. This is the head of the archives department. It stores and displays the information we need during our day. If you continue to the 24th floor to meet the chairman of the board of directors of this body, you will meet the CEO, the prefrontal cortex. This is the one that thinks, analyzes, reaches conclusions, and discovers the mysterious and the exciting. All these work together, creating a harmonious production wheel. Forgetting is the glitch in this complex system. After we learned this information, let's take a look at Lynn's day again, the woman who forgot her son in a car. Lynn was up all night with her son Bryce because he had a cold. In addition, she had work pressure. During the morning drive, she was on a call with a relative who had a problem. Then her manager called her about another problem at work. All this while she was driving, tired, exhausted, didn't sleep well, and her son was sick. According to molecular physiologist David Diamond, when we are under pressure and tension, the most developed parts of our brain, which are the prefrontal cortex and the hippocampus, shut down. The director and the archive employee relax for a while. Here, who will get their chance and go off and wreak havoc on the company? The ganglia, this foolish employee, whose role, although it is very important, however, does things that are not its own. It starts using its intelligence. The problem is that ganglia cannot think, remember, or analyze. It's going in with full force, with nothing but habit and routine. This is what happened with Lynn. The ganglia had her on autopilot. She arrived at work and her mind was completely consumed. Her brain is programmed to close the car and leave. Today, her routine had changed. The baby chair, which she used to sit her son in, was being repaired. So Bryce, her son, was placed in a different seat behind the driver, not on the other side that she can see every day. Contrary to custom, because the boy was sick, he was exhausted, tired, and fell asleep without any noise. This way, he never audibly got Lynn's attention. Besides, her husband's car was a wreck, so Lynn drove her husband to work on the same day. And because her husband was riding with her in her car, the baby's bag, which was usually placed next to her, was hidden behind her. Her brain, under the routine employee that is the ganglia, came as a result of this state of pressure and the many thoughts that occur at this time. It registered in Lynn's brain that this is the usual pause that occurs before work. Pull the key out, raise the handbrake, put the car on park, close the door, press the remote, and go. You're not forgetting anything at all. According to David Diamond, this increases the chances of errors occurring. He explains that if a person can forget something as essential and frequently used as their phone, similar lapses in memory can occur in other aspects of life like your child. It's the same malfunction. When this malfunction occurs, your ability to consciously remember is disrupted, regardless of the importance of the thing you forgot. For many years, neuroscience looked at something like forgetting as an unfortunate glitch. This glitch can be a simple one, like forgetting the remote in the refrigerator, going out of the house with the zipper open looking for sunglasses while wearing them, or looking for your mobile phone in the dark with the phone's flashlight. But other times, this glitch can be very big and scary, like the story of Lynn and her son, Bryce. In the book, Forgetting, Scott A. Small says that forgetting is not just a malfunction or an unintended symptom that causes problems. Forgetting is an intentional system of the brain parallel to the process of remembering. This is a system that has goals and is important. These two systems, remembering and forgetting, work for one goal. This goal is neither to remember nor to forget. According to Professor Blake Richards, the process of remembering and the process of forgetting are two memory activities. These activities serve one thing, which is your ability to make the right decisions. This is all sensory information that we take in all the time. The brain has to decide, no, sorry, there are things I don't need, there are things I need to cancel. Most of them end up being forgotten. Neuroscientist Ronald Davis says that perhaps something like forgetting is the brain's primary function. Our brain's job is not to think. On the contrary, the idea is that it forgets what is not important. If forgetting is not working, what could happen? If you keep living and your entire life consists of screenshots of everything that happens around you. Let me introduce you to Jill Price's case. Jill is the only case in the world scientifically documented for extraordinary biographical memory. Jill remembers everything that happened in her life since the age of 14. A lot of research has been done on this case. The result was that there was virtually no advantage that this condition added to Jill's mental abilities. On the contrary, people can still be affected negatively to have memory. Jill herself wrote a book called The Woman Who Can't Forget, where she talks about the difficulty of life in her situation. Jill says that she was never good at studying. Her ability to focus on the present or plan for the future was impaired, as if her brain was always tied with chains to the past, and every day this chain is getting longer and longer. Her brain is busy with secondary information that is not filtered. Jill's case is a very rare case. The lack of forgetting or the absence of a memory filter tires out larger groups of people. According to a study published in 2016, some autistic patients are disturbed by loud noises. Their behavior and dealing is not flexible. This is because they are unable to filter or unable to forget some of their extra inputs. Forgetting here is a blessing. Forgetting is a virtue between two vices, excessive forgetting and excessive remembering. We notice the importance of forgetting, not only in our daily life. We also observe it during stressful or challenging experiences, the time of existential crises that happen to us, during events that pose a risk to our survival. When all the solutions fail, we say there is no hope other than forgetting. We discover that the past can sometimes burden us, can make us without a present, and may leave us with no future. Getting rid of the past through something like forgetting may be the safest solution at a time like this. Whoever carries the past, his steps falter. Sometimes the past is a burden on us. Sometimes getting rid of it is what gives us a present and a future. Forgetting is a cure and a weapon in your hand. Forgetting isn't just a flaw. It's a mechanism our brain uses to help us survive, though it can sometimes lead to unfortunate outcomes. What do you think? Is forgetting more of a blessing or a curse? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more thought-provoking stories and insights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Follow Syndrium for more captivating content.